everyone. My name is Eileen Grodziak, and I'm an instructional designer at the Lehigh Valley campus. It says I'm to the program, but I'm actually the same part of the state, the eastern side of the state, but a little more in the valley too. Okay, when I was invited by Peggy to come and speak with you all, thank you so much, Peggy, for inviting me. We were working on a project. We had it in the planning process where we were going to piggyback on a Costa Rica trip and then a field trip, study trip, film a 360 video of the rainforest so that the instructor could bring back the experience of being able to view the strata of the rainforest, all the different levels of the rainforest. And then we were going to pilot it in an online course that was taught this summer. Logistically, we were able to do it, but we ran into some snags, so we were not able to go to Costa Rica to continue to videotape the rainforest. However, we were able to develop a plan B. So what I'm going to discuss with you is our plan B for our entry into virtual reality, how we got there in the first place, and then what some of our future plans are. So let me explain first that Lehigh Valley is a building. Our campus is a building. One building. Not two, one. Therefore, our student population is mostly commuter students. We have a very small budget. So the answer that we typically get when we talk about innovating and new technologies is, no, we don't have the money. How then do we get money to do this VR project? That is a good question. And how we got to the place that we are, I think, is worth the story. Anything else we need to tell you about our campus? That's all. Small budget. We're actually the first Commonwealth campus in Penn State, and most people don't realize that. We have one of the smallest footprints, but our student body is growing. This year we have the largest freshman class. We'll be welcoming the largest freshman class this year, so that's kind of exciting. All right, so I'm going to turn it now over to Kate. Let's see how. Okay, hold on. Let's get the microphone on. Because what Kate was the project manager for a freshman experience project that was done last fall, and so she's going to talk about how this came to be.
Okay, so follow me. If you want to follow me down this little, what looks like a diversion, it'll lead back to 360 video and virtual reality. So it all starts with the Penn State Lehigh Valley Launchbox. We opened the Launchbox as part of President Barron's Invent Penn State initiative, which has been opened in various ways across the Commonwealth. Anyway, the goal of our Launchbox really is to seed entrepreneurs. We're kind of looking for ways to open people's minds about being creative and launching ideas, and then at Penn State Lehigh Valley, we use our connections to help them connect with the people and networks so they can take their ideas to the next level. Whether that is a business, whether that is an app they're developing, anything that they need, we look at Launchbox as a resource. But the key is fostering creative ideas. And ever since we opened Launchbox, it has kind of been the theme of our campus. Our chancellor has really pushed everyone to start thinking outside the box, to start looking at new ways to teach, new ways to engage, new relationships to form, new ideas. So we kind of have been working in some sort of direction since Launchbox started. Next slide. So last August, the chancellor came to us and said, I have an idea. I want class of 2020 to look at our campus. I want them to tell us what they think that we can do to our campus to make it a creative academic environment. We were given like 3 charges. Make this happen to all of the incoming freshmen, which was 250. You can't fail, and we need an August. So we quickly assembled a team together to come up with an idea to move this forward. Like, how do you take a bunch of freshmen who are coming into the campus and give them a huge project? That was one problem. The other problem is, how do you take 10 instructors who have nothing to do with this project and help them teach their students? So what we did was, I'm a huge fan of something called IDEO. It's a company in California that has really taken the team concept of taking diverse teams, bringing them together to come up with solutions to problems. So the first thing we did was we got together a large group of, well, 7 of us. It's a magic number, we decided. And there's a business professor on there's a marketing, there was a engineer, a couple artists, and I was on it as well. So we came together and started to formulate some lessons. And the first thing we did was go to students and say, look at our campus. It's kind of a little sterile. We have beige walls, we have white linoleum floors, we have square rooms, boring stairwells. What do you think would you like to see here? Because as a commuter campus, a lot of students spend an entire day here. They come in at 8 in the morning, they don't leave until 8, 9 at night. So what can we do to make this an environment where they feel productive and creative and challenged and have places to gather? So throughout the semester, they come up with ideas. And again, we were stumbling forward, like, please let this work, let this happen the way we want it to happen. At the end of the semester, each of the groups had to give a presentation to the entire campus. Right? And just to show you a small example, these students knocked it out of the park. Okay? They did it. I was expecting to paint the walls, give us more televisions for our gaming. And instead, they did things like, we want to change the entryway steps to a mosaic. We want to put some more outdoor signage outside so people can see things that are going on. We want virtual reality on the campus. This is just 3 of the 10 examples we got. Okay, so virtual reality is key. One thing I want to say about this poster for virtual reality here, that was designed by a student. We printed it as a 36 by 48 poster, and she designed it on her cell phone and emailed it to me. So these students are really advanced in technology, in getting things done, in all of these areas. They're more advanced than any of us are. So, meeting the students where they are and using them to be part of the process is something that we're finding to be very valuable for this campus. All right, next slide. So here's an example of the presentation that the class who selected virtual reality gave. They were amazing. They were organized, they were passionate, they had examples. They really pushed the virtual reality portion of what they wanted to see on campus. And they got the attention of our chancellor. All of the ideas, she really had put a lot of priority on listening to what the students wanted. We had a little bit of seed money. We had $5,000 that was a university grant. And then all of a sudden, more people started hearing about this. She asked the students to come to an advisory board meeting. But these students showed up at 7 a.m. to present to an advisory board. And all of a sudden, so our advisory board members are like, I want to throw money toward this. I want to help fund some of these projects. We want your students to come and do internships. So all of a sudden, this project just became a much bigger opportunity for everyone here at the campus. And once we had the chancellor's attention, we got a budget together, we were able to move forward on virtual reality. We were also able to use some student funds because they wanted it so bad. The student fee money went to some of the things, and I'll show you some examples of that later. Next slide. So, parallel to this, there were some conversations going on with the university, talking about teaching and learning with technology. They're like, 360 videos is easy and affordable and help you. Well, those are things that say, okay, let's give it a try. One of the things I found being at campus is we have a lot of mobility here. It's kind of easy for us to move forward with some initiatives if we have the right backing. We have the chancellor approving it. We have our director of academic affairs on board. And now we have TLT saying will help us. Really, the only thing we need to do is get ourselves together and start moving forward. And as instructional designers, we started talking about the opportunity, because there is a disparity right now between the experience online and the experience in the classroom. And there's all these ideas for, enhancing both of those. The classroom needs to be more interactive. The online experience also needs to have, more than just discussion boards and watching videos and everyone knows these things. But with 360 video, there's an opportunity to make a really immersive situation available to both sets of people. Right, next slide.
All right, so I'll go from here. So what happened is we identified 360 video would be one of our starting points because of a number of factors. And so these are the faculty members that we've partnered with now as in the last couple of months. So our DAA, Dr. Kathlen, our biology instructor, Dr. Kathlen, has done a lot of innovative work in using technology with her students. So this was just, she heard about it, she said, I know exactly what I want to do with it. Come with me to Costa Rica, and this is what we're going to do. So we didn't even have to go find anybody. She was right there. Anita Serrano was our Spanish professor. She and Karen Kathlen, a business professor, took students to Puerto Rico this last spring and did an immersive or embedded field course with the students. And then we have a geography and meteorology instructor, Drew Anderson, who just recently sent us a whole list of things that he wants to incorporate into this project. So we've got to add him onto this list now as well. And finally, Dr. Angel Torres, and I don't even know how to say his last name, but he's an environmental science professor that Anita connected with in Puerto Rico. He is now on board and is bringing a whole team of his instructors and students to work with us when we go down there. And I'll talk with you a little bit about that in a minute. Okay, so this is the faculty team that we now have assembled in addition to Kate and I, who are instructional designers. Okay, so our project goal for just the 360 part, our entry into the virtual reality and learning. We wanted to match our team's skill level. So we don't have programming experience. I think I might need to be getting some of those lynda.com. I have to put a pitch for lynda.com. When I started at Penn State 7 years ago, there were a lot of things I needed to learn, and I kept telling people that my best friends were lynda.com and Google. So that is the honest truth. Kate, there's quite a number of folks from Lynda Learning here today.
Well, I just want to say I do. I literally have that window open almost all the time on my desktop because as we're moving forward, I use it for everything.
Yeah. So just to give back to you guys, thank you. All right. Our campus is very committed to producing open educational resources. Both Anita and Karen, Anita just published an open educational textbook in Spanish, and Karen has been using OERs for, oh my gosh, a number of years. We've done a lot of work with her in using open educational resources to reduce the entry-level costs for our students, especially for our commuter students, many of whom are first-generation college students. So we really wanted, whatever we produce, we want to have available in open educational resources. And then whatever we produce, we have to consider that not only is it for the face-to-face environment and the online environment, we also have at Penn State, we have VLE, an initiative with a number of our courses that are hybrid flexible design. So in the same course, we can have an totally online student and a totally face-to-face student. So we have to design for that online student, right? We have to make sure that whatever we're producing, okay, we can have a virtual reality room, but if we have a student who's taking a course totally online, they're not necessarily going to be able to have access to that virtual reality room. So that's really important in our design. And then, just the format provides learner choice. We want to make sure that we're building that into our design. And then, in the case especially of on-how, enable inquiry learning. So students are able to explore and ask questions, and then look for answers to those questions within the environment. All right, so those are our goals. This is one of our team meetings. We did a lot of Zoom chats with Puerto Rico and University Park, at our campus. Okay. Now, when we're talking about designing for online learning and designing our 360 videos, there's a lot of considerations that we have to look at. And I'm just going to go through these briefly because I'm really kind of looking at more of a process presentation right now, and then we can get into some of the design elements at another time. But when we're looking at this, these are some things we have to consider. So first, is 360 the right medium for what we're trying to do? So that's like the first question out of the box. And the second, web-based versus device-based versus headset. We have online students. They're online. We cannot, and then our population at our campus, we can't necessarily assume that everyone has access to a smartphone. We can't assume that. And we have students that come to campus and do all of their computer work in the computer labs. So that's a design consideration for us. It may not be for other locations, but definitely for our location. And then in terms of a headset, there is actually a group we just learned about that did a little bit of work investigating using 360 video with online students, and the whole idea, well, would students want to use a headset? And if students did use a headset, how would we get this headset to the students? And if we did get this headset to the students, who would pay for the headset? And if they pay for the headset, does it come back to us? So there's a whole lot of logistical interworkings with virtual reality, because a lot of our virtual reality applications involve some type of a headset. And the same can be true with 360, but not necessarily. And so that's why for us, at this entry level, it really makes a lot of sense. Audio. So the cameras have audio. It's not necessarily the best. So if there's specific content that we want to make sure that students can hear, we have to make sure that we're producing good audio. The old adage, bad audio in is bad audio out, right? So we have to take that into consideration. And not only just from a production point of view, but also from an accessibility point of view. So how are we going to make sure that that sound quality is really good? Then, how are we going to direct attention while also maintaining student choice? And there's some things that we can do in 360 video with stitching together text. And here, my next slide will show you this. So we use some examples from Texas A&M's playlist on YouTube. They created a whole set of 360 videos for their development office. And they're really very well done, and the fellow that produced them just did it out of the box, he learned as he was building them. But what we can do is stitch animations, and this was an animation, and what I wanted to try to show you is the animation actually came off that one frame into the other frames. Now this is underwater footage, so there is some framing from the underwater image that is produced. But what happens as you scroll around or move around, the animation is actually visible to you. So if you were totally on this frame right here, it wouldn't. But as you start to move around, you're going to see an element that's going to direct your attention back. And you're like, oh, well, what's that? And then you're going to click back to actually see that animation. So there's ways you can add text, animation. We can add video to highlight a particular species in the rainforest, for instance, or embed images that can be clickable hotspots. So those are some ways that we can use some of the affordances of the 360 video to draw learner attention. So these are some of, one more, accessibility. That's a big one. That's a huge one. Penn State was sued by the National Federation for the Blind. So that's something that we always have to take into account. So our initial exploration, we're going to consider that, but we're going to have to work with that. And even my colleagues at University Park are still wrestling with that. And colleagues online. So I've seen a lot of communications out there of different people, even with the headsets and the hand things. And there's a lot of considerations with accessibility. So we definitely have to address that. Okay, so once we identified the faculty members who would partner with us, and they have great ideas, always have great ideas, it isn't just okay just to have great ideas. We have to have some objectives of why we're doing this. Well, what are the teaching and learning objectives? All right, Kate. So I'll give you just two of the locations where we will be going, and we get on a plane on Friday morning, just saying. So this is kind of timely that we're talking about it. The accessibility, there's a webinar on VR accessibility tomorrow. Like, really? Tomorrow? So, we're all learning as we're doing this. We're building the plane as we're flying it. So, because of their experience down in Puerto Rico, and the fact that Anita has a home in Puerto Rico, it made perfect sense to have Plan B be El Yunque Rainforest in Puerto Rico. So that's one of the locations we'll be visiting. And then we're also adding the Spanish culture, adding content for Anita to supplement her OER textbooks with artifacts and learning objects that she can use in her class. So Kate, do you want to say anything else about this? Yeah, hold on.
Yep.
Part of the idea we touched on the last slide is about why is 360 the best medium? And that's a question that you need to ask yourself. It's cool and it's fun, but I don't know if anyone else has experienced 360 and gotten bored. I mean, like, how do you create something that is useful, engaging, and not just a trick because it's new technology? So we really thought about what are the ideals behind creating an immersive environment. The stratification, having students be able to move up that Bloom's taxonomy chart and really be able to look at things in a three-dimensional way as if they're standing in the forest and see how the sun is hitting and to walk through the forest themselves without actually being there. The financial issue, the timing, all kinds of issues that come into being when people try to travel. So this gives them an experience where they can feel like they're there. In terms of the culture and language, Anita had a great idea. She works with language speakers. And she said basically when people are taking Spanish, they're really nervous about their pronunciation. They're really nervous about, especially talking to her as a native Spanish speaker, that they are unable to come across as intelligent. They're too nervous. So if she sits down and talks to them, they tend to clam up or be very nervous and not really be able to demonstrate their best abilities. Likewise, if she has them create videos where they're like talking and then post them, they tend to be reading off a script or very stiff on the videos. So her idea is, let us capture the culture and the languages. Let us capture, a kitchen in my home in Puerto Rico, the town center, anywhere we can be down there to kind of show them what a language-speaking country is like. And then as an assessment, she would like them to look around, to use a 360 video, to just look around and start talking about what they see. And she really feels, in our discussions, that the distraction of them looking around will take away that nervous eye contact or I'm being recorded kind of situation. And we have the ability to have, two sets of the 360 video. One that would be them speaking from, and another one that has things labeled or explanations or location information. So we're going to be assessing that, but I thought that was a really fantastic idea, that her idea is really to distract them that they're in a class and to let them feel and explain a culture around them.
Okay, so we did just a couple of pilots. Here, Kate, why don't we have her? I'll let you.
We got the nighttime mission 360, and I know you guys have had a workshop on this already.
Excuse me, Kate, just a couple more minutes, so, okay.
Okay, I'll finish up.
Okay.
Alright, so, a couple of videos, we went out and we went to a local wildlife facility, and we just wanted to see how the imagery comes up. When you download the picture, it's a flat picture. You kind of have to use your own mind and make it into a sphere. But as you can see, how do you get yourself out of the picture? If you look in the lower corner, you'll see my student worker hiding. Doesn't work. You have to become naturally part of the picture. You can go to the next slide. I also wanted to test it underwater. In talking with the guy Bill from Texas A&M, he's like, I practice in a bathtub. You need to learn how the refraction of the water works. You need to learn how, to put the scenes so that you capture what you want to capture in the water. You need the right lighting. He gave me a lot of tips. So I took it to the local swimming pool. And ironically, a funny story was that he said when they put the camera in the coral reef, they put it on a small tripod. And after like a couple minutes, all the fish came back and they started swimming around. I would say the same thing happens with children. When I jumped in the pool, everybody left. When I put the tripod in and I left the pool, all the kids started swimming around the camera. So I got a lot of really doing handstands. So, and the clarity of the picture is something I wanted to see. How does this look? So, how close do I have to be to something? So, we had them hold up letters, zoom in and out, try and see what is the quality of video. Because, this is an early phase of 360 video. So, and you have all these elements that you don't even are aware of, such as water and things like that. Last slide.
Okay, let me just intersect one thing. The reason why we're looking at the underwater is because we want to capture some of the mangrove environment, and we'll also go into bioluminescence, right? The bag. So by experimenting with the underwater capability of the camera, that's going to help us demo it and actually in the field. Okay. All right, Kate.
So all of this is happening quickly, and we are building a virtual reality lab on campus. I've been working with University Park on some of the specifications for best practices, is all I can say. And then I'm taking a little liberty of my own for my own vision, working with Eileen and students. We talk to students, we talk to faculty members, like what do you think that this environment could do? So we have taken a room, it was a 30 by 30 room. We split it in half. They're building a wall as we speak. And you need a 15 by 15 environment for the HTC Vive to recognize walls and to because when you put the headsets on, you don't know what's around you. So the environment has to be something you won't trip over, but also at 15 by 15, the accuracy of the Vive knowing where walls are is really good, so people won't walk into a wall or things like that. So we have one area that's completely for the person, doing the virtual reality, experiencing virtual reality or testing it out. We're cutting a huge window hole in that wall, and as you can see on the other side, there's couches and a desk, and that is for the rest of the class or for other people to socially see what's going on. There'll be televisions hanging on the wall that show the experience that the person using the goggles is seeing, and they'll be able to have sounds and audio playing. So trying to make this a more social learning experience in the situation. Next slide. And where we are, this is the room that's going to be split. The only thing they've done so far is build a door, so you see 2 doors. Eventually this is going to become the floor plan that you just saw. And our office is slowly getting filled with some of the devices that are needed to make this happen. So we just received the Deluxe Viewmasters. Welcome to the 21st century Viewmaster. You can put your cell phone in them and look at 360 video. We got several headsets of the HTC Vive, and the chairs you see on the other side of the screen are seated virtual reality chairs, and the students actually paid for them, 2 of them, that's like $3,000 worth of chairs. So they are so invested in doing this that I think they're going to help propel it forward, both in imagination, design, uses. So that's where we are and the direction we're headed. So stay tuned.
So it's very exciting. Many things. So as I said, we leave on Friday morning to go to Puerto Rico, and Anita's already down there now and has. I can't imagine the plans that they've already been working out things for us to do, and we have a group of people that will be meeting us, going with us to get management. So it's very, very exciting. And what questions do you have for me? I'll open it up to questions. Yeah.
Any other application areas? Any disciplines that you are thinking of beyond those?
We are open, yeah. definitely. For right now, I think that's plenty to handle. That's a lot right now. But yeah, definitely, they've been looking at virtual reality with some of the manufacturing through the Lunchbox and the Lunchbox initiative, right, Kate? With IST and business. And, you know, it's just, this has literally been put together in the last 3 months. So we haven't even been able to even discuss these things with the rest of our faculty. But we have some champions in our faculty. So once they start talking about what they're doing, it's going to be going down like, you know, what's that, down the alley, you know? Whisper down the alley. Yeah, they'll be coming to us looking to incorporate this.
I think she wants to say something, but there's no mic.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
I just wanted to mention also that in a perfect, for some reason things are converging. We're getting a brand new librarian starting August 1st who's very interested in, you know, updating the library and being involved in these types of things. And we also just hired a tenure track faculty member whose specialty is virtual reality. And he's working on the psychology of virtual reality environments and how they affect people. So I think in addition to, you know, obviously it's exciting and we have some opportunities, we also are starting to get some, you know, really big players who are going to be able to, you know, expand this and take some of the load or direct us in a different direction. So I think it's pretty exciting.
Yeah. Just a little bit, please.
No, I'm thinking.
I can tell.
How do you publish OER?
Oh, how do you publish OER?
What do you use?
Okay, so there's a variety of ways you can publish. You can just put it up online and, you know, link it to your Creative Commons license. Apply like a Creative Commons license, and we have a lot of, well, Earth and Mineral Science, College of Earth and Mineral Science, all of their course materials are published that way. They're published online on their server, and they've applied the Creative Commons license. For the OER textbook that Anita published, she used Pressbooks.
So this is sort of a odd question. I come from a K-12 space. So,
Oh, okay.
I'm curious to hear the students that are coming in. Are they coming in with experience in virtual reality? And if not, what are some of the things that you think they need to be coming in with the skill set that they need to be able to do that? Because
Can you
there's
give
this.
us Kate? Oh.
It's talking about a skill set that you need.
So he's from K-12, and
So
I just want to make sure.
I'm curious to know what type of skill level you're having students that are coming in that are interested in virtual reality. Are they coming in with some sort of level already, or is that something pretty new that you're going to have to build on top from? And if you're finding that kids are coming in with some, or not coming in with any experience, what do you see? Is there a disconnect between K-12 and higher ed?
Is there a disconnect between K-12? Okay.
I think there is in terms of things like virtual reality, and so how do you bridge that? What are the skills that they should be teaching in K-12?
Okay, so let me start by saying there's a huge diversity in the technology level of our incoming freshmen. Part of that has to do with just the demographics of our community. So we have, our campus is located in Center Valley, and that's part of the Southern Lee High School District. Southern Lee High School District has a virtual reality room, and I think it's the first one that was put in Pennsylvania. So it's a well-endowed school district. Then we have Parkland School District. They have, state-of-the-art television studio. I think they're pretty virtual reality room, right? Maybe not. So we have some really heavy players in the local school district. And then we have inner city Allentown, and we have Bethlehem. And we have huge diversity even within Bethlehem. So let me just start by saying that, we have some students that barely can use their computers, aside from texting and email. And then we have other students who, yes, are coming in with virtual reality. Do you want to just quickly talk about the student that one of the students from the virtual reality group. Was it from the virtual reality group, or was it just somebody, it was one of the freshmen who came in, was it the young man that was really into,
Yeah, I mean, a lot, honestly, I have open conversations with a couple of the students here who have already been designing in some way for virtual reality. There is something called, what is it called? It turns your computer into a three-dimensional where your hands can go into your computer and,
what is that?
Leap motion?
Leap motion.
yeah, leap motion. And so he not only, brought it to campus, but he's been designing the environment in which he could create a game where his hands were, flying through mountains and things like that. So, like I said, many of the students, even if they don't have the resources to capture or buy this stuff, they already have the intrinsic knowledge. They understand how this works. They understand where they want to go with it. And that, I think, is key. So if we can help provide the resources, we've got a faculty member who's interested in, coding for a virtual reality environment. We met with a local professor at Lehigh who has a class on how to create, environments so you can develop your own virtual reality. And there's a difference between virtual reality and 360. Okay, so virtual reality is a creative environment that uses depth and a lot of control, where 360 is an immersive situation where you have limited control over maybe your movements, or maybe what you can and cannot do depending on what someone augments the imagery as. But these students already, they're moving past that. They're like, okay, that makes perfect sense to me. So now how can I do it to blank? And the ideas they come up with are amazing, and they pop in all the time just to have a conversation about what they'd like to do. And many times it's just, it's pretty amazing what I see is going to come out of these things.
That's a really good conversation, good question and a conversation. Definitely, are going to have to look at. In fact, Angel is very interested in K-12 education, so we'll be working with him in that space as well. I don't know if that answered your question. I don't think there was. But it's a really good question.
Open-ended question.
Yeah, it's a really good question. Okay. Oh, what?
Yeah, I found my question.
Okay.
Because I go back to how you started, where you were praising your institutional support at your campus.
Yeah.
You had enlightened leadership that wanted to support this, and it sounds like there were discussions of how to do that in strategic ways for where to invest. And I'm just curious, it sounds like there's plans for outreach to the broader community, industry, K-12.
Can I ask that you and Eileen get together during the break? And
Sure.
I'm sorry, I want to get to our next speaker.
Oh, no, that's great.
So thank you,
That's
Kate,
great.
I appreciate it, and thank you, Eileen. Yeah, that was awesome.